Bismillah Rahman Rahim, in the name of Allah Almighty, the most gracious and the most merciful. Welcome to your today's lesson. Before starting today's lesson, it will be better to create a connection between previous lesson and today's lesson. In previous lesson, we focused on design development regarding initial phases which should be kept in mind for design project, as well as we went through the other points. Collaborative development we discussed regarding many points here. Today's lesson is a bit different from the previous lesson, and today's lesson we will go through design solution. Okay, we will discuss regarding design solution, design objectives. What are the objectives of design? Which points should be kept in mind by design team, and so on. These are the points which we will discuss. Design objectives. The web page below is from a manufacturing company's intranet. Company design procedure, the design brief. This is a company in which it gives information regarding procedure which has kept in mind, or which has already kept in mind for designing a project or whatever they want. A design brief for the proposed product should be drawn by project engineer. It is the accountability or responsibility of project engineer to draw up the brief of the proposed product. Brief means the information, the we can say a summary or the extract of product. It is the engineer accountability, the project engineer accountability to draw them up. Yani brief یا some summary یا extractor but draw up کنه رسامی کنه. This should consist of a detailed list of technical objectives which the design team must work to. These we can say these proposed product, which should be, or we can say the design brief for the proposed product, which should be drawn up by project engineer. These are something which should be clear for design team in order to enable the design team to work on these in order to produce a design solution. If the engineer draw up the proposed product, design brief of proposed product for the we can say design team, then the design team will be able to easily comprehend or to easily understand design. They will be able to easily design the project. The other point is some key points which should be kept in mind. Key elements of the brief are brief, or we can say summary or extract. خلاصه دیزاین که از کدام نقاط یا کدام عناصر مهم باید داشته باشه. They are function. Function has many meanings, but we will go through meaning of this term function. Function means we can say the products in a product's intended use, where this product is kept in mind to be benefited, where it is, we can say, focused to be benefited, what it is designed to do. It means for which purpose, for which aim this project is intended to be used, including performance target, strength, power, durability, and so on. These points should be kept in mind in function. The first element is function. As I mentioned before, function means the intended use, where this project is supposed to be used. Besides this, strength, power, durability should be kept in mind. Strength, power, durability, all these have the same meaning They mean, we can say, resilience or stability, strength. The other element is constraints. Constraints means limits, or we can say restrictions. Limits on the design. What are the limits in design? It must not be exceed a maximum size or weight limit. Limits should be kept in mind, or we can say limits should be included in a design brief. در خود امو خلاصه دیزاین یا امو سمری دیزاین، امو معلوماتی که به طور خلاصه راجع به دیزاین هست، باید چی باشه؟ یادآوری شوه. یعنی limits on the design، کدام لیمیت محدودیت هاست در دیزاین. It means, for example, it must not exceed a maximum size or weight. Maximum size, or we can say large, or we can say great amount, or we can say great amount should not be kept in mind. Greater than amount, whatever the amount is, it should be focused. Greater than amount should be ignored. یعنی از اما اندازه زیاد باید چی نشه در نظر گرفته نشه. یعنی در دیزاین از اندازه زیاد، یک چیزی که دیزاین میکنین، یا سرک شد، ساختمان شد، هر چیزی که دیزاین میکنین، از اما اندازه که برشان سپیسیفای کرده از او باید زیاد نباشه. Comparative target. How will the product should perform? Okay, how will the product should, we can say, perform compared with the existing model? For example, this bridge, or we can say this building. How will this building work? How will this, we can say, road work? For example, this road will last for 10 years, but the existing road will last for example, 9 years. You should compare both of these, we can say, designs. Competing products already on the market, or the current model that the new product will replace. You should we can say compare the old product with the new one. You would like to replace the old one with the new one. Design features. Features, we can say specification, or features, specific things. We can say خصوصيات. Design features. Which features should be kept in mind? Specific things the new design must have, for example, rechargeable batteries or laid with a lock. These should be kept in mind in design. The other point is design calculation. Calculation which are focused in design project. Initially, it will be better to give information regarding calculation. Calculation, we are calculating whatever is needed. We are focusing regarding whatever is needed. Design information is shown on drawings. Whatever which is focused, it is shown on drawing. یعنی به طور drawing، یعنی در رسامی نشان داده میشه، معلومات دیزاین در رسامی نشان داده میشه in written and specification. Its specification is written. Its, we can say, information is shown on drawing, its specification is shown. And write down its specification. What are specifications? Documents which describe the material, size, and technical requirements of the components. Specifications are the documents which give information, or which describes, which explain the material, size, and technical requirements of the components. In order to specify this detailed information, an engineer must evaluate. In order to specify, or in order to get information, it is the engineer's accountability to think, to evaluate material, size, technical requirements of the components. Must evaluate. that is identify and calculate the loads. It is engineers' accountability to evaluate, to we can say think regarding loads, we can say dead loads and live loads or forces. The key components will have to carry the components. For example, یک فرض مثال یک بسمنت دیزاین میکنه. در بسمنت باید موادم در نظر بگیره و همچنان اندازش هم در نظر بگیره و تکنیکل ریکوایرمنتس، امو ضروریات تکنیکی که برای بخشای بسمنت ضروری است واره در نظر بگیره و همچنان در پهلوی ازی امو لودز، دید لودز و لای لود هم در نظر بگیره که در بسمنت یعنی تحکوی یا بسمنت که چند جور میکنه، چند یعنی منزل سرش استاد میکنن و همچنان دید لودز لایو لود هم باید کالکولیت کنه و در نظر بگیره. To do this, the engineer needs to determine the different loads, then quantity them. To do this, for we can say doing this activity, or for we can say focusing on this, it is the engineer's accountability to identify, to determine the different loads, the dead loads, live loads, and so on. Wind load, we can say earthquake load, snow load, and so on. This is the engineer, we can say responsibility to think, to identify, to determine these loads, then quantity them. بعد مقدار اندازش تعیین کنه. That is, calculate them in a number form. Then it is the engineer responsibility to calculate all these, we can say, loads in number form. Usually each load is quantified based on worst case scenario. This is based on worst case scenario, all these loads are quantified. What does worst case scenario mean? It means the most unpleasant thing which could happen in a situation. که معنی کلمه را پیشترم بعدانم در لغت میه رویداد خراب یا یک رویداد یا واقع خراب که در یک حالت میه. ایره چی میگه؟ worst case scenario. In other words, the engineer will allow for the maximum load, such as aircraft making a very hard landing or a bridge being hit by extremely high wind. For example, if it is the airport project, while an airplane is land, or while an airplane lands, then if this load is the load of airplane is not kept in mind, then it will, we can say, create difficulties. In the second point, for bridges and bridge projects, it is the engineer's accountability to think regarding wind. We can say the load of wind, which should be kept in mind. The other point is, engineers are sometimes criticized because they over-design things. Sometimes, you know that especially in big projects, such as we can say complex projects, most of the engineers, they are criticized that they over-design. یعنی دیزاین از اندازه اصلیشون بیشتر دیزاین میکنه. Add excessive factors of safety which increase cost. Add excessive factors, more factors that we can say affect on cost. یعنی این چیزا وابستگی یعنی سر کاست یا سر قیمت بالا میبره. However, according to Murphy law, anything that can go wrong will suggest the belt and brace. This is an expression often used in engineering based on the safest method of holding up trousers is a sensible approach. You know that if these factors are added, they directly impact on cost, which you know this expression is used, or we can say this expression is mentioned by Murphy law, that belt and brace. It means over design, or we can say adding more things to design projects should be avoided by the engineers. Uh, some keywords of today's lesson. The first one is intranet. Intranet computer network used for exchanging information. The second word is quantity, to measure or judge the size or amount of something. Determine, to identify. We can say yes مشخص کردن in jury. Worst case scenario, the most unpleasant thing which could happen in a situation. Proposed, it means suggested. Function, work, use. Exceed, or we can say exceeded, greater than amount. Whatever which is added, we can say without any necessity, it is exceeded. Brief, summary, extract. Cost effective means to produce good result without spending a lot of money. Constraints, limits, restrictions. Durability, stability, resilience. Lid cover of a container is called lid. This was today's lesson. درس امروزی بود دیگه، اینمی درس است. یک چیز برتان بگویم برادر که ما با شما ABC تدریس نمی کنم. ای که مشکل از شماست یا کسای انگلیسی نمی و مشکل خودشان است. ما یعنی هدف می بود که شما یارا می خواندین. یعنی اول خویی مشکل است که ما فیس تو فیس نیستیم، درس آنلاین است. و مشکل دومی است که ای را باید می خواندین شما. ای که شما انگلیسی نمیفهمین، یعنی مسئولیت من است. شما کار خودتان است، باید انگلیسی بفهمین. دیگه ای چیزایی هست، من به هر گونه هر رقم درس داده میتونم. من بلد هستم. امرای ترمز یا اصطلاحات انجینیری من بلد هستم. امرایش کدام مشکل ندارم. هر چیزی که مشکل باشه، حالی امروز هیچ چیزا مشکل نیست. که مشکل هم باشه مشکل نیست، چون که اینترنت است و میشه در اینترنت آدم بپاله پیدایش کنه. و یک چیز براتون میگم، من مسئول فقط درس دادن هستم. من مسئول از این نیستم که من برای شما ABC یاد بدم، یا مسئول از این هم نیستم که شما انگلیسی یاد ندارین. تعلق به سر من نداره. و همچنان موضوع دیگه است که باید فوکس کنین، یاد بگیرین. و دیگه تمرین باز الان براتون میگم تمرین نکارم است، نه حل میکنم تمرین براتون. اون تمرین است خودتان. تمرین اصلا در قانون تدریس تمرین کار استاد نمی باشه. خب شما نمیپام که اقدرام درک نمیکنین و اقدرام یعنی فکر نمیکنین که تمرین وظیفه چی است. یعنی درس است، بیادر خوشتان میاد یک بار خوب خوشتان نمیاد و نموی داره و هر چیز در خدمتتان است، برین که یک آدم پروفیسور برتان پیدا کنه. ما در دیپارتمنت های دیگه هم درس دارم، دمی انجینیری درس دارم. خونه میپام که او مردم طبعا خواه درس خوانده یا درس خوان است و ای که شما ABC یاد ندارین، ABC مسئولیت من است. دیگه بود درس امروزی ما شما. Thank you. Have a nice time.